welcome to my space. This is a piece of Gaia. My name is Lindsay, and today we're going to do a card reading based on what you can expect in the next coming month. Okay, so in the next 30 days, what can you expect? What can be some energy leading up to that? Maybe even some things that you can work around, that you can get more energy to put towards those manifestations. All right, so we have a few different card decks today, and we're going to go ahead and select one of these for our pick. I think I'm going to select this one. This is a bird spirit deck. If you hear any sounds in the background, I have a heater going and there's fire sounds and a little bit of rain, and then there's also my puppy dogs that are laying on my bed right now being super cozy because it is getting really cold outside. And one of my dogs is very big, and sometimes she snores as soon as she hits the snooze button. Pick one is going to be for the gold finch with joy, prosperity, and balance. Number two is going to be the Mockingbird, communication, humor, reflection. And number three is going to be the Starling. Alright, and I will see you in your selected reading. Timestamps are listed down below in the description box, also in the pinned comment. Hello to those of you that selected group 1, welcome. You chose the goldfinch with joy, prosperity, and balance. Beautiful, beautiful imagery. I'm really feeling that solar plexus chakra getting aligned. Very nice. So let's go ahead and see what tarot messages want to come through in the houseplant tarot here. So I hope you all are having a lovely day today or evening whenever you are finding this. I hope you're finding it when you are in good spirits or well, and if you are not, hopefully I can help you with that. What are the messages that those that selected group 1 need to hear today? We have the Empress. Oh, that's so cool. Because my card of the day today was this plant, which is 1,000, or mother of 1,000, or mother of thousands. I guess you could say it many ways, but yeah, this plant, it reproduces its little babies right on its leaves on the outside. And I feel like today is a very fruitful, productive day. This does say prosperity on your card. So if you're not feeling prosperous at the moment, I feel like things are going to be picking up for you in this next few, weeks. And, then I'm seeing the number 3 here on this card being in possibly 3 months' time. I'm feeling you're not even really gonna feel what you're feeling right now. I feel like there's gonna be this progression. Maybe there's something going on with that you want the joy. You want to feel that joy again. You want to ignite that spirit inside of you again that feels playful. And as I'm saying that, I'm seeing out my window a squirrel that's getting ready for winter. And we're pretty much already kind of in winter here, late fall. That squirrel is plump and prepared. I feel like there's an energy about you that's not only you have a playfulness that you're going to have to you, but also this energy of, feeling very well provided for. So I see that squirrel being like, it's got its thick coat of fur. It's got a lot of weight on it. and it keeps hunting, it keeps sourcing out like its nutrition and things. So I feel like you're gonna have a very fruitful time coming up here, and the Empress comes through to say for sure that is very good energy that you're going to have. So let's have another energy out, please. All right. So we have the 6 of Cups for succulents, and then we have the Knight of Flowering Plants, or this would be Wands, and then we have the Ace of Potted Plants, or Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Very positive energy. I'm definitely feeling that the movement that you're going to be making is going to be very spirited upcoming here. There's something about you moving with kind of this very passionate energy, and I think it might be because you've looked at things in more of a positive way. You've cleansed some of your emotions from the past that you looked at in a negative way, and now you're bringing forward this very positive energy and writing another story about this emotional energy that you have within you, so that then you can make something out of this. This can come in a physical, tangible form of something you're manifesting. So that might be something that might bring you more joy. So I feel like also the Empress does symbolize physical manifestation as well. So this whole reading is really showing me that you're going to be taking the steps and moving forward towards this balance, prosperity, and joy. And I feel like also the bird message in here is showing me that it trusts its footing in situations where it may not be that secure. This plant is not that strong. It's kind of flimsy. So it's still kind of like using its wings to balance itself as it's trying to eat the thistle seeds here, and also protecting itself from these very sharp thorns that can prick and leave a lasting feeling. So I feel like that's also a message. You know, there's some things that have left a lasting feeling and have kind of pricked you and maybe messed with your manifestations in some way, and probably interrupted those moments when you could feel more joy, but you're just like, why am I not like happy in this moment? Like maybe there's a moment where it's like everyone in those types of milestones in life has like, you know, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed with so much joy, but it's like, for some reason you're not experiencing that in this particular one, and it's because of something from the past that's kind of like shadowing as I'm saying that. I don't know if you heard the beginning, but I talked about my dog might snore because she's a giant mastiff, and when she falls asleep she just instantly starts snoring, and I've been letting her lay on my bed because it's very cold and she likes to get cozy in here with me. So I apologize for her snores. Let's go ahead and get you some more messages off of this. Lucy. Lucy girl. The good girl. Yeah. Lucy and Jack, those are my dogs. One's big and one's small. They're quite a funny pair. Alright, there you go. Alright, so we have the Page of Potted Trees, the Emperor, the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. You're nearing the end of some very potent cycle. There's something about this that's drawing in more stable finances for the future. And as I say that, the Queen of Succulents is on the bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. So I feel there's a very intuitive energy about you moving forward, this very strong feminine energy. And then there's also this very protective energy here with the Knight and the Emperor that I feel I'm also seeing the planet Mars, this movement forward, okay, that passionate movement forward. Right here I'm seeing with these 10 and this 10, there's some kind of balance that I'm feeling that you have within you, this masculine feminine balance here, that you're going to be, you know, using that to move forward here. That's what I also feel is like this card is coming through to say, you know, there are times to, in the 10 of Pentacles here, it's like times to kind of sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor, or enjoy what you've created, and feel that energy of being connected to everything that you've brought forth. But that's a very feminine receiving type of energy, because there's moments when we need to do this regardless of your gender. And then with the masculine energy that we have within us, that's our time when we're moving forward. I like how it's kind of giving us this representation of that's kind of how we can find balance, because I think sometimes we can be too much in this energy, and especially if you're a feminine watching this and you're pushing, like I've even recently had kind of a burnout because I've been restoring or renovating my home for many years now. And I just kind of reached this level where I was like out of creative thoughts, and I was building this wall and I was just finishing it, doing the rudimentary stuff. I hadn't really done a lot of art. And so I was feeling that pull, because I'm not a construction worker. I say that a lot. I'm not a construction worker. I'm an artist. But I do like to create big things, which sometimes has to do with things on my house and stuff. So, you know, I feel like that message is coming through to say, you know, I can't always be in that mode. I mean, I even recently injured my rotator cuff because I was just doing the most. And that 10 of Wands is showing me right here that that's what it is. And it's going to disrupt the balance, the 6 energy coming through. It's going to disrupt the balance that you've been able to create. And I see this plant, like it almost looks like this plant shouldn't be in such a small pot. And it has this very deep base to it, and it has this bushy, but it also has a balance in way that it has a base to it, and it can support this really bushy top. So I feel like there's something that you're being supported to grow and be your fullest self and balanced self. So even in moments when you don't feel like you're pushing really forward, know that you're still in that very powerful, very potent, strong manifestation energy where you're creating something from within. And when you create something from within, it doesn't look like it's always, you know, something moving on the outside. It's kind of like working with spirituality. You're working with kind of energies in the ethers and how you feel and are receptive to these energies. So I feel like you're going to be very, very intuitive coming up here. And I feel like there's also this this very loving, supportive energy that you have. And there might even be a person coming through here too. I even hear a mother that is just, regardless if she's alive or if she's far away or whatever, she's very connected to you. She sends you her love. And I feel that there are lots of layers and things that you are very connected and attached to her. And I have this plant in volumes. I have many of them in this whole window. I have all these plants, and this one is replicated quite a bit too. Oh, and you have a little ladybug. Hey, I love when the ladybugs come in my garden areas, because sometimes my plants will get little bugs on them, like aphids, and they come in and they're like yummy little treats to the ladybugs. Okay, so addressing this page here, this page kind of wants to be noticed here. I feel for you, if this is somebody also, another person in your energy, a young person in your energy that maybe you work with, or you're tied to money in some way with this person, I feel that this is more of like an immaturity. I'm also feeling like this connection of this person is maybe a sibling or something like this, and it's coming through like you're kind of forced to be attached to this person in money somehow. Maybe this has to do with inheritance from a father or a mother, and you're attached to this energy in some way. And I'm feeling like that might be one of the hindrances, because maybe this person is behaving in a way, like I'm getting a lot of messages, but I feel like this person might be behaving in a kind of way that is kind of putting a lot of burden energy onto you by kind of manipulating you with energy of the past and being like, oh, remember the good old times, this and that. And it's just like, yeah, dude, but like we're older now is what I'm feeling. Like that's kind of coming through. So I'm sensing that yeah, it's good to spend some time in nostalgia land, but if it's really weighing heavy on you, like I feel like sometimes people use like old stories of the past that they kind of are repetitive about, and you've heard that story so many times, but they use it to kind of humble you. And they don't really know that they're doing this, I don't think, a lot of the time when they do this. But if you feel it, it's happening, right? Like I sense sometimes when the cups come through, and we have strong feminine energy, there can be a touch of that manipulative side that I'm feeling that's coming through. And even in the night of flowering plants here, which is the Knight of Wands, this is the fast night of, you know, he's like the sensual knight, you know, he symbolizes that kind of energy. So it's like, I feel like if that's irrelevant to you at all as well, if there's a person in your life that is a love interest that wants to move things forward, and you're feeling like this person isn't stable enough, what you really want to see in this person is a stable partner, someone is equal to you, but right now they might be behaving in a way that is kind of a player, you know, maybe they have their eye on more of the money and kind of this ambition from the past to be something that they are trying to prove. But positively moving forward, I feel like this banana message here with this is so cute. It's like there's something very fruitful that lies within keeping and holding that joy. And the oranges are showing me that sacral chakra. It's like who we attach ourselves to is what can and will kind of either help the flow of your manifestation or block the flow. And you know who those attachments are. In your tree, it says, it's telling me in your tree, in your family tree. Okay. All right, so I hope that was helpful. I know the topic was more geared towards something for the next 30 days, but those are kind of the messages that were coming up. And I'm feeling like there's a little bit of warning in there, but really I'm just sensing this is a very positive message, a very fruitful message. We're going to get you another animal spirit here. And then we'll get a side message from this animal spirit with another tarot deck. Okay, we have the rabbit spirit number 49. Now is a lucky time. Ooh, nice. See? I'm thinking you got some major manifestations coming through, and this message is really saying stay in that very positive energy. Stay where your focus is in that manifestation energy. Yes, we have our moments where it's very hard to just stay in a tractor beam of joy, but you know, I'm feeling like you're going to be able to pull this off. I kind of think regardless, because there's something about attachment to inheritance here, attachment to prosperity. The rabbit is really giving me the energy of like passed on grandmother energy. I don't know why is that? Oh, my grandma was year of the rabbit. I guess I always associate that. I feel because she really liked birds. My grandma was obsessed with birds and flowers. She liked birds and flowers. So we have 3 of Cups and Page of Swords. Yes, the rabbit spirit is coming through saying now is a lucky time. Keep it light. Keep the conversation light. Make sure that what you say, you know, around the circles of that are close to you, you know, if you don't want to engage in some type of gossip because you feel and you know that that's going to be a disruption in your manifestation, there's ways to work around this. You don't have to be like really negative or a downer about talking to people about stuff, because I've been a kind of a Debbie Downer in the past about that. When I was first in my spiritual journey, I was just like, I will not engage in gossip. People are like, okay, bummer. I'm like, well, you know, I don't really do that anymore. Like, I'm like, no, that's cool. Like, you can talk about what you want to talk about. And if they kind of ask me to say anything, I just usually, you know, I just don't engage that much. Or I say something like, I'm just not close enough to know about that. Like, I don't really know enough information to give you any information about that or give you my opinion. All right, let's get one more. The Tower, yeah, because I feel like some of these things are really geared to keep you, you know, some of the things that I feel that are negative are geared to keep you stuck. And this card is coming through in a very positive way for me right now to say that you're getting out of your comfort zone. You're getting out of this very stuck, very rigid, high perspective that was kind of from this establishment kind of energy that maybe was geared to more control you and confine you and make you feel like you were more a part of the group instead of being an individual. So I'm seeing that in the King of Swords here, this is a leveling up for you. This is also a chance to enhance your intelligence. There may be another person here. There's a lot of people in your life, I feel, right now. And you have a lot of connections. And I feel like it's because you are using the right words. And there might be some people around you that don't really see themselves, like they're jealous. There's kind of a jealousy that I'm seeing. And it's saying to just keep tight to what's yours. Protect what is yours. Protect what is precious to you. I'm seeing these 2 little babies. I'm just seeing, like, protect this precious energy that you have, you know, because I feel like that joyfulness, that childlike energy is very potent for you in just being appreciative, you know, like that gratitude energy of being appreciative of what you have. It's like when we're a young child and we want something and we don't know that many things. I mean, these days there's the internet, there's all kind of, like, children have information right at their faces, but I'm thinking more of not being influenced too much by that. And children don't really know too much about what's out there, you know. They're like, the grass, the rain, like everything is amazing to them at first, you know, because they're just like so new to everything. And Spirit is coming through to say, get into that energy, you know. Where's that inner child that, you know, didn't really want for very much, but to just feel what was around them, just be grateful for what was around them, because I feel like that's really gonna push you towards, you know, having more. Appreciating what you have gives you more, and also it creates this sense of like a anxiety and stress release too, because I feel like sometimes when we're constantly craving or wanting more, it's because we have a lack mindset, and then we have a scarcity, and then there's this kind of stressy energy, and that can really wreak havoc on our health and stuff. So, you know, I'm really feeling like you're going to be, in the next month or so, you're going to be in such a beautiful energy. You're not even going to really recognize yourself. I feel like also just not getting too wrapped up in you. There's so many people around you in this energy that I feel like you could be such an observer. Like, you know, kind of look at it like if you have to be around people during the holidays, if you're watching this when I'm posting it, you know, embrace that, like, and I know it can be difficult sometimes, especially if you're a young person watching this and you're kind of forced into the situation of still keeping along, going along with stuff, even though you're very much an adult, you know, and you just haven't gotten to that age yet to kind of break out of that energy, and you're just going along with emotions, and maybe you don't want to spend a holiday with family, and you know, that is going to be your right, but maybe you also feel like you have to kind of put up with some stuff because it's family, and you know, you just gotta roll with the punches, and that can be kind of difficult as well. So I just feel like that message of keeping it light, keeping the joy, remembering the good times, you know, in that instance. Okay, all right, so let's get you a last message here with the mushrooms. Last message here. What would you like to say to those that selected group 1? Whoa. Oh, I love it. You got a yellow mushroom. So this one is, I found a balance between letting go and hanging on. I will find balance between letting go and hanging on. Yes. Joy, letting go and hanging on. Yeah, hanging on can be very like hanging on to negative things about the past can really just, your mind doesn't know that you're not there. So if you're thinking about it and you're pushing yourself into that energy, you're just gonna feel like you're right back there. That's why I feel like time is just a perspective sometimes. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm still a teenager and I'm very much grown. And there are other times when I feel like I've been here forever. But, you know, time is just this crazy thing. I feel like there's the timing message with the towers coming through. I want to read that again. I will find balance between letting go and hanging on. Let's get one more. Green one here. Let's see. In this moment, I have 2 options. Step forward into growth or backward into safety. Yeah. I feel like there is definitely a conversation you need to have. There's a lot of messages coming in. This might be a real triggering energy for you that I feel like you're gonna really overcome, and you're gonna be so proud of yourself. I have those moments where I'm like going to a wedding or going to, you know, in some kind of event, and I'm just like, oh, like I know I'm gonna feel okay, I guess, when I'm done with it, because it's a relief to be done with it. Even though you're like, oh, it's gonna be nice to go to see, you know, your friend, or like, I went to my brother's wedding, see my brother get married, but it's like so stressful dealing with all of the people. And then you get home and I just want to sleep for like a week. So I feel like there's an energy of needing to pace yourself here. Know when to, you know, be in your feminine energy and in your receptive, just sitting, chilling, basking in the beautifulness that you have created. And then there are moments when you're going to move forward. You know, we talked about this, moving forward here, or, you know, hanging on to something in the past. Well, those are your messages for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you feel so called and you'd like to see me again sometime, so far I've been posting on every Saturday. I used to do every Tuesday and Saturday, but for the winter, I have to do a lot of stuff on my house before it really sets in and starts snowing. So I don't really have as much time right now. So we're just going to do spiritual Saturdays, not tarot Tuesdays is kind of what I was calling it. But yeah. If you'd like to see me again, I will see you on Saturday. 6 p.m. is when my videos upload. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye. Hello to those of you that selected group 2 with the Mockingbird here. We have communication, humor, and reflection with your card today. Beautiful energy. I feel like lots of talking. That the Mockingbird, you know, it can do lots of different calls because it can basically mock other birds. It can fake you out almost, but the fake out only lasts so long because then it jibber jabs. And so there's another message coming through there. If anyone around you is kind of being gossipy or saying a lot of things that you're not really sure if they're true or not, I would just be, you know, an observer. You don't have to call this person out, just kind of, because this person's they're gonna run themselves out eventually, and you're just one step along their journey, and to not really give it too much of energy, especially if this person is someone that's not very close to you. I feel like they're just there to kind of maybe be kind of a disruption or distraction. I'm also hearing that it's kind of like a roadblock or detour on your journey, so that you can slow yourself down a little bit. And you might be annoyed by this, but it is for your protection, I'm hearing, because of the progression of things. So it's kind of a communication. I'm feeling my words are getting a little worked up here. So I'm thinking maybe you won't have the right words, or someone won't have the right words to say in a certain subject or something. This reflection, I'm feeling to have humor about something, have humor about how you're seeing something, maybe even like how you're perceiving something, because maybe it's not as serious as it may try to be putting off. Okay. All right. Find your words, Linz. Find your words. All right. So let's get a message here from this tarot deck. What is the message here that we need for the next 30 days? What can they expect? What can they look forward to? To read that, but we will reflect on that coming out in the reverse, because that is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, for that message, that person that's coming through, they might be trying to get something out of you, and I'm hearing that this may not be the time. This kind of, you know, it came out in the reverse, so this may not be the time. Like, I'm seeing this as like these fruits on this tree are green, and I don't know what this is. I think this might be an avocado tree, indoor avocado tree or something. But regardless of what this is, yes, you could pick them whenever that is, I guess. But I'm feeling like they're just not ripe. There's something not ripe. There's something not ready for the situation. Like, you don't take, oh, here's another message. Yeah, if you've put into some kind of investment that has timing on it, and you're feeling like you need to take that money out to help somebody else out, or if somebody else is involved and they're pushing you to do this, and you're like willing to take the penalty, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, you'll regret it. This is just, find a workaround, you know. You will feel much happier to have moved through it and have that money accrue what it's going to accrue than take it out prematurely. Because it's like, you're not only going to get not all the money that you put into it, but they're going to charge you for taking it out prematurely. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like also there is a message coming through about being in hard times, okay? And I myself am no stranger to this. I go through this constantly. I mean, I'm an artist. I'm not somebody who's really out there trying to hustle, you know? I don't make a lot of money. and we do okay. We live happily. We live a joyful life. But I feel like the message that's coming through, if you are in a hard time, is to reflect on it with humor. You know, using humor is so powerful. It really is. It's like a medicine to a situation. It really is. So, you know, if you're having some financial troubles at the moment, it's like, make fun of it. Just make fun of it, because it'll make you get through it. Like, me and my partner will laugh about the funniest things that are just silly things that happen. Like, we'll just have a day where it's just like all this stuff will go wrong, and like maybe we'll buy like a supplies of something, and then we'll use those and realize that's not the one that we needed, and we'll have to take it off, and like, and they're just like laughing at each other, like, you know. And I have this thing that I do when I think about it, because this is our first house that we've owned, and we haven't and we feel like, since we're not like really good at stuff, we're DIYers a lot of the time, I'll do this little dance, like, and I'll be like wearing like my Carhartts and like just all decked out, and like you can barely see my face like in the winter. And I'll do this little dance where I'm like, it's practice house, a practice house, a practice house, a practice house. You can do practice on this house. And I say that because, and I kind of get myself out of the energy or the lull of feeling like, like I'm not doing this perfectly. You know, this isn't working out perfectly like I wanted it to, you know. So that's a message for someone. Let's give you some more messages here. All right, we have the Page of Cacti, which is the Page of Swords. We have the Two of Pentacles. It says to do, prune the potted trees. So maybe you have a lot on your to-do list at the moment. Or Ace of Cacti. You are going to have an epiphany. You're really going to. Whatever you're doing right now, whatever you're juggling, whatever you've had to maybe sacrifice in order to not do that thing because you have to put your focus on this thing. Maybe also this is you put all your money into this, and you're really, I do feel you are going to be successful in this. You're going to be seeing a return on this money that you've been investing into this. You may be new at this. You may be learning a lot along the way here is what I'm hearing. But it's like a lot of these things you're learning are very potent. I'm seeing these like little stabby pokey. So some of these can be lessons that you've learned, I feel. But in those lessons, you're going to find more of a balance, I'm feeling. You're going to have more of a reflective energy. Yeah, see, communication, you have two sword cards and 2 pentacles cards, which is really telling me you're going to have a lot of communication, and that communication is definitely about something financial, something physical, something that, there's something about a job here as well. I feel like if you're having trouble with that, you're going to have more opportunities to have conversations or get messages about something that is relating to that. Let's get you some more messages. All right, we have the Ace of Flowering Plants on this other ace. Wow. Then you have the 7 of potted trees, so 7 of Pentacles, and the Lovers, and the Page of Flowering Plants. Okay, so the only major arcana coming through here, the Lovers, I really have to say, of course, with reading 2, you guys who picked this, it's always about a relationship. A Page of Succulents on the bottom, Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this lovey-dovey energy from the Page of Cups and the Lovers and the Page of Flowering Plants. I feel like there is definitely some kind of spark between this connection that you have or that you're going to have in the next 30 days There's someone coming towards you, I feel, with a message. Not really, this isn't night energy, but I'm feeling like there's someone coming towards you with a couple different messages. This three different messages that you're going to be receiving, and I feel like that's going to really spark something. There's going to be some kind of epiphany, and then also it's really igniting you. It's igniting this energy within you to find something that is going to be workable within that energy. I feel like there's going to be something that you can kind of, this is looking to me like you're juggling, and it's like there's another person like, which one of these do you want me to throw to you so you can juggle this too? And, you know, I feel like there's a lot of symbolism to these items, but some of these, it's showing me that being able to cut some of these things out, like the pruning of the trees, so that kind of energy of pruning, it's like singling out, oh yeah, if this is about a situation where you have a lot of suitors, or, you know, you're just having a hard time deciding between the type of people that you like to date, or are dating a lot of people, and you're like, who would I really like to commit myself to, though? You know, what kind of choices? This is the choice card as well. So this choice, I feel like you're going to be making a very educated decision about this choice. You may even make a list about the situation, because I feel like these are in all directions. You have one in front of you, you have one on the side of you, and page. So we have swords, the fire, and the water. So we have air, fire, water. I really feel like this combination has the potential to be pretty stormy. You know, there's maybe even some like gossip about the situation. And I'm feeling like if you're involved in this kind of gossip chain of these people that are involved, there's a lot of immaturity. I mean, the pages are showing me if these are the people, you know, there's a little bit of immaturity here involved. I feel like also this is, you know, humor, and this bird can be kind of like silly. And I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched one of the YouTube videos of someone who's had this bird as a pet, or, I mean, there's many different types, but I feel like, yeah, it kind of has a silliness to it. There's a few different birds that have like a silliness. Yeah. So maybe that's kind of your thing. Maybe you are interested in that. Maybe humor is a big deal to you in picking a partner, if we're going down this as a relationship reading. I feel like you might at the moment be kind of torn between someone who's a little more intellectual and someone who's a little more hot and spicy. And if there's three people, I feel like there's like a lover boy, kind of love bomber, who is more artistic also. And then for those of you who are a little older, I'll send a message for you here as well. If this has anything to do with children or somebody that is younger than you involved in the situation, I feel like you're kind of juggling this family, you know, juggling all the energy. And I'm feeling like sometimes there is a need to keep it light, you know, and especially if you're a single parent, a single mother, especially, I mean, the cards are showing me to keep it in the sector of love, keep it in the sector of the connectedness of the home, the hearth, you know, and to reflect on the choices here, to make the choices that are going to bring more humor into your life and like lighten up the situation, not make it so heavy. Because sometimes if you're a single parent and you don't have another person involved to kind of lighten the load, it can get really heavy. You know, that load can get awfully heavy. And it can be, I can feel sometimes there's kind of this illusionary energy that I'm feeling like the grass is always greener in some sense. And it's like we might have moments of that okay, now we'll just get out of the older person reading if you have kids. So the message with the grass is always greener is kind of just a blanket message for everyone here. And I'm feeling like we always have those moments. We always have those moments where we might kind of conceive to have that happen in our life, or like we'll see two options. I'm seeing these as two options, these two aces. And it's like, which one of these do you really focus on and go for? You know, the communication aspect. I'm also seeing this as someone picking, if this is back to that relationship reading, picking somebody based on somebody who's a good communicator, who's probably pretty humorous, and a person who is more analytical and more reflective and introspective. Okay, all right, so let's get you a animal spirit message here, and then we'll get you a little side message from what they'd like to offer you in this reading. A little spirit animal buddy by your side. Okay, you have number 67, Wolf Spirit, turn your knowledge into wisdom. This one did come out a little bit in the reverse. So just like this, it's like you may have you've learned a lot of lessons, I feel, and you need to turn those into applied knowledge, meaning that wisdom, to where when you walk every day, how you put yourself out to the world, you know, you are this person, you are this new person. Getting another message with that 67. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. So side message, Wolf Spirit. Wolf Spirit's kind of been coming through a lot for me the past few months. Okay. Queen of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Pentacles. All right, this is telling me bet on yourself. You can't win, you can't lose when you bet on yourself, and you can't win when you're putting all your energy into someone else. So I'm feeling like there's something about putting all your, okay, going back to that parental message, the wolf is saying, if you have these 3 children or whatever, the mother is coming through, a mother energy, a single parent mother energy is coming through. And it's telling you, bet on yourself. She's pointing up here to the knowledge I'm seeing, connecting to this book. All of these characters have books, but yeah. Feeling also this very fixed energy, like from the World card, being done with a cycle because you've reached some type of milestone. You've been able to be successful. Okay, back to that parental message. You've been able to be successful in raising up this little litter of pups. And although there's some moments where you become this beast in order to protect your nest. And I feel like maybe there is this time that's going to come around where you're going to need to bet on yourself and make things work out for you, even though you've really, I feel like you've been sacrificing a lot for others. And now there's some new choices. I'm feeling also like if you want to be in the energy of trying to find someone in your life, if you are a single person, regardless of if you have children or not, the Queen of Swords tells me to not carry that energy from the past with you in conversation with the next person, potential next person. I'm feeling like when you do engage in conversation, you know, allude to the fortune that you feel like you've had, the gratitude that you have for life, and feeling in that whole complete feeling. And without that feeling of lack, especially even if it's something that you do lack and you don't have, don't put that energy out there to someone for them to solve your problem. Okay, that if you're going into, you know, trying to attract a mate, because I'm getting single energy from the Queen of Swords, and it's showing me masculine, female. And if the female is looking for a man and she's masculine, pushing forward, there's a type of man she's going to attract being in this energy. And if this is not you all the time and you just kind of had to be in this energy in order to keep pushing forward, like I said, you know, getting into that more instinctive energy to protect, then I'm feeling like, you know, now is the time when you're going to start seeing the fortunes that you've secured. I'm feeling here within your family, within whatever's happening within your family dynamic. There's something of fortune. I also feel divorced if there's someone here. Yeah, I kind of needed to drink some water there. My throat was kind of, yeah, I feel like a throat chakra. There's something about the throat chakra coming through here. That you might be blocked. There's some kind of communication block. Ooh, okay, another thing is someone may not be fully communicating with you because they're trying to keep it light with humor because they can't get deep. All these pages are showing me that. It's like there's not really a lot of depth, and you're getting into a phase where you've learned a lot of wisdom and maybe even a little bit bitter about what you see before you. I'm hearing that, like you're looking at things and you want to be proud of your accomplishments, but then there's a little bird outside. I think this is the bird that has been living in my bat house. It's a very small bird. So there's a message there from that bird that wanted to interrupt me with its total cuteness. So, yeah, the humor. It's like, don't get too serious into things, because I'm even feeling it, like even within myself, within the energy, like I'm wanting to get very concise about the message I want to deliver to you so that you will be able to use it for, you know, like I just feel like I don't always have to be so serious about that, and I'm not always serious, so it kind of throws me off when I am, but like there is something of very seriousness that I feel like is within your energy. And this is showing me that the message of the wolf is saying this knowledge that you have, I'm feeling like can be shared. There's something of good fortune about this also. Pass on this knowledge to us. He says pass on this knowledge to your children, pass on this knowledge to people around you that are like children. Help guide them. Do not gatekeep. I'm hearing do not gatekeep. Oh, wow. Okay. That was a heavy one. All right, so let me get a last message here from the mushroom spirits. Last message for those that selected group 2. Here. Today I will not tell anyone to calm down. Today I will not tell anyone to calm down. Okay, Queen of Swords, she's starting to talk. She's starting to talk to me now. Okay, today I will be kind to myself. Yes. Today I will remove should from my vocabulary. you have a lot of directives about today, because I wasn't going to give you this one, and this one doesn't say today. Like, none of these say that. That's really weird. It's like today, today, today. So Spirit is really coming through with this triple message, like, do it now. Don't wait. Don't put it off. It's just going to make you more angry. I mean, you could use anger, you know, constructively. Anger can really be your friend when you want it to be. If you try to, you know, harness it, you got to put that harness on it. You got to put get those reins. You're like, okay, anger, let's go. Whoopsh. So maybe there's some motivation I'm feeling coming through that you're going to have because of a situation, and this will push you to kind of, you know, do something. So that message about calming down, I will not tell anyone to calm down. I mean, I could go into a whole thing about this, but I myself do not like it when people say that to me. And I'm never really in a situation where somebody says that to me. Maybe in my personal relationship, there's been a couple moments where my partner's been like, calm down. But it was like for my benefit. Like I was getting worked up about something, you know. And I feel like, yes, we do have those moments, and it's good for someone to kind of help us. But this is saying that maybe you don't need to be that person right now for those people, that you should let them just be. Let people be as they are. Now is about you. Now is about like a direction of you. Today, I will be kind to myself. I will remove should from my vocabulary. So if there's something you need to do moving, get that wheel moving, wheel of fortune moving, because it doesn't always stay still, you know, it keeps going. But I feel like there is fortune coming in, and it's like getting into that vibration of attracting what you want, right? So yeah, do it today. Don't put it off. That's what the wolf is saying. The wolf is also saying, I couldn't do it any other way. And then I'm hearing that that saying, what is it? The mother of invention? I'm hearing the mother of invention because this, I think you're seeing this card, the mother of thousands. Yeah, there's a saying about that. It's like, fuck. Necessity, right? Necessity is the mother of invention. So if there's a need for it, you will create what is necessary for that. So you will invent, you will create, you will move mountains. If it really wants you and you want it, it will find its way to you. You will not be separated from it. I feel like that's a message about love too. Don't push love. So I feel like those movies, the romantic comedies, they're really cool, but like there's just an aspect to that that's also just not really helpful, just not good for your mental health, where it's like there's this rushed aspect to like the ending, or like it's a climactic thing. But in life, climaxes like that are often like met with lows. You know, there's an energy to it. It's not just a movie, it's this energy flow that you have in your life. So I feel like when there's an intensity to things and you're like, you have to push forward and you have to move now, it's like, I feel like when that kind of stuff happens, I just want to back up. Like when I was younger, even too, you know, before I had met my partner now, and I had dated around a little bit, and I just, when people would really try to push me, like, we have to do this now, or, you know, da-da-da-da-da, or this and that, that's immediate, like, red flag for me to be like, no, I'm cool, you know, because, like, if I have to, like, be hurried to perform, do, or whatever for you in order to keep your love, so to speak, that is not love to me, okay? That is not a good partnership. Like, you need to have patience. Love is a very patient thing. It takes a lot of time. And if you cannot have that, or someone's not giving that to you, I would seriously consider what is going on with that connection. Okay. All right, well, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me in this energy exchange. And if you feel so called and you'd like to see me again, I post now just once a week on Saturdays. I post at 6 p.m. Central Time. All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye. Have a lovely rest of your day. Hello, hello. Welcome to those of you who selected number 3 with the Starling. Community, communication, clarity. The 3 C's of success. No, I'm just kidding. So I do feel like that that there's kind of a businessy energy to this, though. So maybe there's something to do with a job, some kind of career motion forward. But cool. The Starling is also giving me being on top of something. They're always on top of roofs and in groups. So that community aspect. I also see this as starring. Starring in. I'm hearing starring in. Or starring. Da, da, da. Maybe you're gonna be in something. Maybe you're maybe there's something about you being in the spotlight. Maybe one of you watching this as an actress or actor. Maybe there's a part that you've went out for and you're just waiting to hear the results, and you will be getting communication on this very soon. You will have clarity about the situation very soon. Clarity about the situation in that extent tells me that maybe you are involved in it in some way, and maybe it's not exactly what you thought it was going to be, but it's better. Oh, sweet. Get you some more messages. Whoa, that one's coming out. My finger just kind of twitched out for a sec. Your card reading is like weird. I can't shuffle correctly. That's interesting. I feel like they're saying there's a communication coming. There's a clumsiness. If you hear any weird noises, by the way, there is like some stormies and noises and crackles, fire crackle, and my dogs they were just sleeping there, but now they're getting kind of like stretchy and snorty, so yeah. So I apologize for those noises, but it's pretty cold outside and we're all pretty cozy in my room here. My room's usually the warmest in the winter. Everybody wants to be in here with me. Ooh. Oh, we are manifesting something here. Oh, we're manifesting justice, karmic balance. My cards were kind of flipped around, so I don't know how to interpret that, but we will take it. All right, we'll take this as well. 10 of Wands, Queen of Potted Plants. This is a weird way. I've never actually taken it from the bottom like this. Bougie. Lucy. I love you. You're a good girl. You guys want to play outside? Or outside of this room, at least. You want to go too, kitty? Okay. My little pets. Okay. So, we have Ace of Flowering Plants, the Fool card, and the Chariot. And I'm going to say on the bottom of the deck, 2 of succulents, 2 of cups. Okay. Like you are definitely coming into alignment. There is some type of ending here. You're coming to the end of, I'm feeling there's like a success to this. Maybe you're graduating from something. I put my dogs out in the big part of my house to release them to other rooms, and what do? They go into the next room next to me and they're playing and banging on the wall. Silly puppies. Okay. All right, so Queen of Pentacles is telling me this is a very good time right now to tend to your self-care rituals. I'm feeling like now is about the time. Maybe there is something that you need to spruce up for because there's some type of an event that you're going to. Maybe this has to do with something about you receiving some kind of an award, but then we've got that like star kind of energy. You're in the spotlight, you're being recognized for something. You have an ace here. So I feel like this might be inspiring something. Maybe also inspiring you to let go of everything else that has kind of been burdening you, because there's something that's going to make things a lot more easy for you in your life. Like I see this almost like you manually doing things with your books and your stuff with work, and then all of a sudden you get a program that like does all this stuff that you've been spending hours doing, and it frees up a lot of time for you. Yeah, and that's when I feel like you're going to come more into alignment, because you don't have like this juggling energy. And you're going to align more with the people and situations that are going to be more fair for you moving forward. You have like a lot of major arcana in your reading. No, I don't think the other groups had a lot of that. So you have a lot of big decisions to move forward, a lot of manifestations coming forward. I feel like there might even be a travel element with the Chariot and the World card. You may want to or be thinking of traveling. You might be kind of in the planning stages of this right now. I know this is the Cups card, but I'm feeling like there's some kind of planning, because you have this fire underneath you now. You've released a lot of burden, you've released a lot of weight, and it's time to get clear with this new beginning. Like I feel like it's coming right around, like right after this ending, this new beginning comes. And I feel like the Magician card with the Chariot kind of gives me that embracing your light and your dark aspect is what is real manifestation. You can't just be this very light creature, because you're a dense being. You're on the planet Earth. You're made of very dense materials. Although you may have a very spiritual side to you, you can't always be up in that. It's almost like if you're too far up in your head with all that, you're ignoring your body, and that can also lead to issues with your body, right? So I feel like there's this new beginning, this new chance for you to do things differently that are gonna really I feel like it's what I'm seeing overall is make things easier for you, really lighten you up. I feel like if there is some kind of legal matter that you are dealing with at the moment, within the next 30 days, this is a 30 days reading, I don't know if I mentioned that. I did in the beginning, so. But really, time with these readings, it's really up to you. And some things, they do take time. That's just the way it goes. I feel like if there is something that just takes time, and it's like you could be doing something with that time is what I'm hearing. If that time is going to pass by anyways, you know, you might as well be doing that thing that you said that you wanted to do. The Magician energy, when it first came through, kind of reversed. I was feeling like, oh, you know, maybe, wait, did it come through reversed? Yeah, I think I was just feeling kind of like maybe there's a lot of communication about the things that you want, but there's not a lot of applied action. So that might be out of balance, because the message is coming through too. Like, I have a friend who has tendency to talk more about what they want to do than actually doing the things that they want to do. And I am someone who I will like not talk to anybody for months because I have so many things I need to get done. And it does kind of bug me that like a lot of people are like that. Okay, I'm not here to say, oh, I'm so great because I do everything I say I'm gonna do. You know, I'm not here on that. No. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm definitely guilty of being a procrastinator of such, or not completing all of my projects, you know. But I feel like sometimes, you know, it's like, stop talking about it and just do it. That's what the message was coming through. Because communication, community, clarity, these, like, it's like, I feel like it's almost kind of a tongue twister too. There's like a lot of talking. And this person, I feel, that might be in your life, if this isn't you as a person, as a earth sign, this person's coming through as maybe a mother figure or grandmother figure or boss, a feminine boss. And I feel like there's maybe an achievement, some kind of achievement. Maybe you've, there's some kind of milestone, or you might be up for a review in your job. I feel like this is going to go really good. Yeah. You might even be handed with a new kind of project that might feel pretty heavy and be a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. But I feel like you're going to get through it just fine. I feel like the Fool card is saying to, you know, approach this new project or this new venture with, you know, balance and just curiosity, a open willingness to learn and accept, you know, that you're not going to know everything. And then moving forward, you're going to learn so many things that it's going to really be pushed more for you to then kind of make your own call on some things, is what I'm hearing from that message. All right, so let's get you a animal spirit here. And then I will get them a little side message that they want to add to your reading as well. Oh, chameleon spirit, act as if. Perfect. Oh, for that message I just said. And it's funny because, like, I was going to keep going because I think I was going to make this reading a little bit longer, but it's like, I felt like spirit was like, no, that's the message. And then this comes out, act as if, which goes so much with that, right? It's like if you're put into a position where you almost feel like you're an imposter, just go through the motions and eventually you'll just really fit in. I feel like even if you're super qualified and you've gone through all the training, if you're new into something, it's gonna feel like you don't know what you're doing, but just let your training speak for itself. Just act as if, be the person that you're supposed to be in that position, and I'm feeling like eventually it's really gonna pay off for you. Yeah. And if this is something that you have to do within this next 30 days, and at the end of this next 30 days, we're looking at this, you're up for some kind of achievement award, you're up for some kind of promotion. I'm feeling like maybe if you are newly entering into this next position and you've been in this job for a while, maybe they're going to promote you even further or give you some kind of different thing where you're in charge of a team, I'm hearing. But for now, I feel like you're going to have to go out on your own on this and do some things on your own. Yeah. And the 5 with that 1 and the 4 with the Temperance card number, you know, is showing me, again, the nature of the balance, the scales. Maybe you're a Libra. Maybe you have Libra energy in your chart very strongly, in which case your manifestation ability is very strong when it comes to communication. So, you know, you speak a lot of things into existence. So keep that in mind. I also feel, if you feel like you have to be a chameleon to fit into a certain situation, like trying to fit in is the quickest way to, like the first person you're going to abandon or is yourself, because, or something like that. I'll put it up on the thing. So I'm feeling like go into this with balance, like by not trying to be something you're not, but like be honest. The message is coming through is to be honest and open with how you're feeling about this. I feel like the connection with Uranus is kind of coming through too. If you have like unusual traits about yourself, these might be used to your advantage because you might be interesting, or I'm hearing entertaining. Yeah, the Star card coming through again. So maybe you're a very entertaining person. Maybe you're very colorful. Your personality, you have a colorful personality, and you really I'm hearing to bring that through within your communication. You know, even if people around you are like very, like if we're talking about work situation and people are very, you know, straightforward, and you come in and you're like, you're a little more flair to the situation, I would say don't let them dim that light in you, because even though they cannot be you like that, because they aren't new to this and they've been tired into this situation that they're in, you know, it's like hold on to that energy. Don't get drudged into them too much. Like still, you know, honor that part of yourself with your self-care rituals and routines and things that you do. Try not to slack on those kinds of things when it comes to getting into, I'm feeling like heaviness. Like I'm feeling like stress, like toward the ends of a cycle, like having to get a deadline done, having to get things done work-wise. It's almost kind of giving me a little bit of pressure in my head. So when I'm feeling that, it's like, I feel like my main message also for you is to find moments, find safe spaces to calm yourself down. If you're triggered by anything, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like you're someone who has like panic attacks or anything like that, honor yourself, honor the way you feel, give yourself time to breathe before dealing with things. Don't rush yourself into any situation, you know. And also I'm hearing to be communicative about this to the right people so that, you know, people get to know you. All right, great. Let's hear a little side message there from the chameleon. Okay. We have 9 of Wands, yeah. Page of Pentacles and the Chariot. Yeah. If this job requires you to be mobile, and like if it's where you're like a delivery person or you have to fly somewhere to go to meetings, or I don't know. I'm also hearing like if this promotion involves you having to travel, like you're a branch manager and then they want you to train somebody at this other branch or something like that. I'm hearing that. Yeah, this Page of Pentacles is telling me to go into it with that, you know, very, very young but inspired and wanting to know energy, like a student ready with your notebook, you know, Like, I am ready, I am here. And also, since this is kind of like a work or career related message, it doesn't matter what kind of job you have. It matters what kind of energy you put into it. Because, you know, and I'm not taking credit for that. A girl at the gas station told me that. Sweet, sweet girl that she's kind of become my friend now. Like, we talk all the time. Like, she's like really close to where I live, so I always talk to her, but she's really sweet. I found out she's a Leo. She's really bubbly and she's positive and she's sweet. And she said that to a other lady that was complaining about her job. And I was in line and like they were talking, and we live out in the country. It's a small town, so like people talk to the like people around here for a long time. So anyways, I was kind of getting just there, you know, hearing they were kind of making me a part of the conversation, and I was just like smiling and like, yeah. And then she was like, she said that, and I was like, yeah, she's so right, because she's like, I think she was trying to be like, hello, I work at a gas station, you know, like, you're complaining about your job that probably makes more than me. Like, it was just kind of funny. She was like, and then she kind of looked at me like, the irony, huh? You know, it was like, it was funny. But yeah, so it really isn't, because I used to be in situations where, you know, there will always be somebody in the job that doesn't want to be there, feels like they're wasting their time there. But that is the best time for you to find an opportunity, like, even if you're around people like that, to not really like join up with that energy. Just be in your own energy, keep that positive glow going, because that kind of manifests also later in life. Because if you go to work and you're like, I don't want to be here, and you have this negative energy, then that's going to translate into other areas of your life. It's going to be infectious. You're not going to be able to separate it. It doesn't work like that. Okay, so that's the message coming through. All right, well, let's get you some mushroom messages for your ending. One wants to come out. Don't take this the wrong way is a non-starter with these little mushrooms here. Don't take this the wrong way is a non-starter. Yeah, I'm not going to say much to that one. That one's very, very clear cut. These funky little mushrooms. I'm sorry, but is not I'm sorry. Okay, wow, these are coming through just like number 2. It's like number 2 had today on each one of them, and like they don't all say that, so it was really weird. And these are kind of like, I'm feeling like to watch what you say in certain situations and don't be defensive, okay? Don't put up your defenses as if like, oh, look at me, I'm just like you guys. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to be liked. You don't have to be fitting in. You don't have to, just be you, do you. And this is saying, the Queen of Pentacles in the World card says, you will be recognized for your own self. And my throat, I was having a hard time. I almost coughed trying to get that out. So I feel like communication about that might be difficult for you. Yeah, this might be who I'm hearing like Sphinx level, like passageway that you're going through. Like they can see inside your soul. What is that movie? The Never-Ending Story. Yeah, I'm seeing that when he's like at the Sphinx, and like braver men, you know, they don't even make it because they aren't pure in their soul or something like that. But I feel like there's something about you. It's like, hold on to that innocent energy, because you're going to be able to pass through this test with flying colors. Yes, it's going to bring on some stress. Yes, you're going to have some moments like that, but this is your time to really hone in your energy and use it, and use those communication skills no matter how hard it is to get those words out. I will not assume I know what you want. I will not assume I know what you want. Yes. And we do this all the time, especially in a work situation. We're just going to continue with that theme, I guess, here. So it's like, if you assume in a work situation, like I'll even bring up a situation in a work scenario where I kind of did a really good thing, but then I was like told, oh, I did too much of a good thing. Like I ran out some supplies of something once. I can't remember what this was. I think I was like an office assistant or something. This is a really long time, like 20 years ago, but I'm just thinking of that. It's like, don't assume the job, like make sure that you have like instructions and you have your like your check off list and all that kind of stuff, and be in alignment and in, you know, focus. This is showing me stay focused in on other people's needs and wants as well, because you know, stay in line with communicating. Don't assume things. Don't go off on your own little tasks and try to, you know, go above and beyond at the moment. Like I feel like there will be times to create some kind of above and beyond achievements and things, but now might just be more of a learning period of time because of this new test, this new passageway that you're kind of going through. I'm feeling like also people want to see what you got. You're being given a chance. You're being given an opportunity to really show what you got. And that is, you know, I am giving you, I'm sending you lots of love and energy your way, okay? So you can do this. You got this. You obviously are in line for this, or else you wouldn't be in this situation. All right, so that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you feel so called and you'd like to see me again, I post every Saturday, just once a week now. I used to do twice a week, and I may do that in the future in the spring, but for the winter, I'm going to be doing once a week on Saturdays, 6 p.m. Central Time. Thank you all so much, and you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.